This video uncovers that the atheists in the Democratic Party are fulfilling Revelation 18:24, which foretold that Babylon the Great, which Jesus revealed to me is the USA, would become responsible for all who are slain on the earth, when it reveals that they are funding the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, or UNRWA, which is using the Palestinian schools in Gaza to indoctrinate the Palestinian school children to hate Jews and to want to overthrow the state of Israel.
UNRWA, the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, has received billions in funds from Western democratic nations.
UNRWA
is the only agency that promotes the right of return to homes and villages that no longer exist. This can be seen daily in their schools. This is how an UNRWA elementary school class begins its morning. The armed struggle is an integral part of the right of return curriculum. In prose and poetry, the image of the martyr fighting for the right of return is a recurring theme. This is a poem taught in the 5th grade. We shall return. We shall return to the homes, to the valleys, to the mountains, under the flags of glory, jihad, and struggle, with blood, sacrifice, fraternity, and loyalty.
Who
has been working in UNRWA schools? People like Awak al-Kik, the ex-headmaster of an UNRWA school in Gaza. He led the Islamic Jihad engineering unit that built bombs and Qassam rockets. After his death, UNRWA students praised his memory at their school.
عشت مربيا فاضلا ورحلت مجاهدا قائدا أبا محمد.
And then there is the head of the UNRWA Gaza Teachers Union, Sohail al-Hindi. Al-Hindi brought former Hamas leader Sheikh Ahmed Yassin, who also served as an UNRWA teacher, to an UNRWA school to lecture about suicide bombing and martyrdom. The road to Palestine runs through the blood of our martyrs. In public, UNRWA distributes glossy folders and informational packets extolling the virtues of their work with refugees, but there's no mention of the 41 former UNRWA students who became suicide bombers and killed 83 people and wounded 436. When we visited schools that operate under UNRWA, students shared their plans on how to make the right of return happen.
ولا أنت بلادي أنني أتذكر فلسطين وعاصمة القدس وبلادي وبلدي المجد وسوف أحررها إن شاء الله بعد ذلك. هؤلاء أعداؤنا. نعم أنهم ابن عمنا، كانوا في آدم هم ابن عمنا، اليهود ابن عمنا، بس هم اعتدوا على الله وصاروا أعداء لله وصاروا يحاربوا الله. فإحنا لازم إحنا نقتلهم، ما نخليش ولا واحد يعتدي الله عليه.
شو بتعرف عن حق العودة؟
هذا نرمى على اليهود حجار وندبح اليهود.
طيب شو بتعني لك حق العودة؟
إن نقتل اليهود وندافع عن وطننا.
In the next video clip, you will see that the atheists in the Democratic Party are fulfilling Revelation 18:24 by causing the USA to become responsible for all who are slain on the earth, when it reveals that the Palestinian school children that the atheists in the Democratic Party are funding UNRWA to indoctrinate to hate Jews and to want to overthrow the state of Israel, go on to attend Hamas Youth Camps in Gaza, where they continue to be indoctrinated with hatred towards Jews and the state of Israel, while they learn how to use weapons.
رسالتنا إلى العدو الصهيوني في كل مكان وفي كل زمان لن تنالوا العيش الهنيء في وطننا الحبيب. فنحن أبناء الفتوة سنواجهكم عند كل تل وعند كل واد وعند كل طريق، فليس لكم هنا إلا القتل، ليس لكم هنا إلا القتل أو الرحيل.
ونحن نخرج اليوم 13,000 من شباب الفتوة. فيا شباب الفتوة، اثبتوا على الطريق، واصلوا ما بدأتموه في المخيمات من عمل، احفظوا ما تعلمتموه وطبقوه في الميدان عند لقاء العدو.
غايتنا قدوتنا دستورنا سبيلنا أسمعوها لأعداء الله. سبيلنا
الجهاد،
أسمع أمانينا،
الموت في سبيل الله،
أسمع أمانينا،
الموت في سبيل الله.
نتابع، لا ترمش عيونهم حتى من أصوات هذه الانفجارات، يهيئون بذلك لمعركة تكون النيران فيها كثيفة ويعلوها الدخان في مواجهة مع العدو، في حرب برية نقتحم فيها حصون العدو ونتجاوز فيها الخط الزائل لنكون في قلب العدو في أرضنا المحتلة. هذا يوم قريب بإذن الله تعالى.
أعظم احتفال بذكرى مولد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم هو أن نسير على خطاه في تربية الجيل تربية جهادية، أن نسير على خطاه في تربية الجيل أنه يحب الموت في سبيل الله كما يحب أعداؤنا الحياة. هذا هو الجيل الذي يتأهل للتحرير وللنصر وللعودة وللاستقلال. يا ويلكم يا بني صهيون من هذا الجيل الذي لا يعرف الضعف طريقا إلى قلبه. جيل الحجارة وجيل الصاروخ وجيل الأنفاق وجيل العمليات الاستشهادية. وأنا من هنا أدعو إخواني، أدعو الأخ وزير التربية والتعليم ووزير الداخلية وكتائب القسام والأمن الوطني، أدعو أن يفتحوا دورات بالفتوة للفتيات أيضا. نعم، شباب وشابات، فتيان وفتيات على طريق الحرية وعلى طريق العودة والاستقلال.
In the next video clip, you will see that the atheists in the Democratic Party are fulfilling Revelation 18:24 by causing the USA to become responsible for all who are slain on the earth, when it reveals that the Palestinian school children that the atheists in the Democratic Party are funding UNRWA to indoctrinate, to hate Jews, and to want to overthrow the state of Israel are joining the Fatah and Hamas Muslim terrorist groups and firing rockets from Gaza into cities in Israel, killing innocent Jews.
One of the fighters, Abu Haroon, is a veteran. He started throwing stones at Israeli troops inside Gaza when he was 11, then graduated to gunfire against the Israelis in the year 2000. He's surprised he's still alive.
We think that we will die any time. So we are pray because we want to meet our God after die.
Do you believe this could be your last mission?
Yes, I believe.
Who is giving you the orders when you should
fire, when you should not fire rockets. Who's in charge of your operations?
We get instructions from nobody regarding our military actions. We get political instructions, we follow the Fatah movement politically, but regarding our military and resistance activities, we watch the crimes of the occupation on the ground of reality and respond. We don't wait for any instructions.
If you were ordered by President Mahmoud Abbas to stop firing rockets, would you obey that order?
We would obey the orders of President Abbas if Israel obeyed his demands and stopped its crimes. But we can't stand still while Israel is continuing its crimes, and therefore we won't stop rocket firing, even if the matter was ordered by the President.
Every time you go on one of these operations, the chances of you being killed are pretty high. Do you think it's time to stop?
I don't afraid from anything. I don't afraid from I don't afraid from Israel. I'm afraid from God. I believe in God.
But do you feel God will appreciate the fact that you've spent your life trying to kill the enemy? Do you think God appreciates that?
Yes, of course.
Islam is the right religion, and because God, be glorified, ordained us to struggle on his path, we believe that God will accept our struggle against the Jews. They're the most evil sect on earth.
It's not just Fatah fighters who've been launching rockets. The most efficient forces are usually from Hamas, the Islamic resistance movement. They developed the Qassam rocket, and at the height of the Intifada in 2004, they even sent their own film crews to provide pictures in broad daylight. Sometimes they supply other supposedly rival groups, especially when there have been periodic ceasefires.
Since the year 2000, Hamas and other terror groups have actually worked great time and spent a lot of money in order to improve the range of the rockets. If in the year 2000 the range of the average rocket was 4 to 6 kilometers and covered a range of 30,000 Israelis, today, 10, 12 years later, we're talking about a 45-kilometer range, which is just half an hour of Tel Aviv. And this puts actually the lives of 1 million Israelis under immediate danger.
Why? Die. Wow. Imale.
Highlights today thus far include a Palestinian missile that landed in southern Israel, killing 3 people who were sitting in their apartment. Just moments ago, another missile striking in Rishon LeZion, that's Israel's 4th largest city, and on the southern outskirts of Tel Aviv, the farthest Hamas has ever reached into Israel.
Rishon LeZion, a central city south of Tel Aviv, took a direct hit on Tuesday evening in the most serious attack on central Israel.
Luckily enough, at the scene where we were, there are only 2 people injured lightly and taken to hospital. More than 40 people have been treated for shock. After the massive explosion here, there's debris and rubble within a 200-meter area around where we are.